Hey, today I'm going to be talking about 3 keys to sales success right now on The Front.
Thanks for tuning in to Lead the Teams, The Front.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Front. My name is Mike Phillips, and I will be your host. As always, please check out my website at leadtheteam.net for free sales training, for motivational content, and for leadership tips. Also, you could cruise on over to leadtheteam.tv and please subscribe to the YouTube channel there. I do new video episodes every week. And if you're interested in the audio podcast, those are available on Google Play, on iHeartRadio, and on iTunes. Just type in The Front and Mike Phillips in the search bar, and it should pop right up. And whether you're watching the video or listening to the audio version of The Front today, please participate in the comments down below. Share your thoughts and share your opinions. Feel free to ask questions, as often that leads to a really excellent future show. So today on The Front, I'm talking about 3 keys to sales success. And one of the reasons I wanted to share this inspiration is because I've been really living in my core lately. I've been re-engaging and training and retraining on some really good video content, podcasts, engaging with books that I really am a fan of. And sales and training really is deeply who I am. Like I love those two subjects. I love sales. I love training. And for sales, for me, has been it's one of those things that it kind of gets in your blood. For you salespeople that are watching, you'll know exactly what I mean. And I've known since a very early age that I would probably go into sales. I remember working with someone, years ago, and he said to me, he goes, "Oh, Mike," he goes, "you'll go into sales and you're going to light the world on fire someday." And that's part of kind of what bleeds into my logos and stuff, is because that has always stuck with me. One of the other things that's always stuck with me, I was about 6 years old. I remember convincing my mom to drive about 60 miles north of us to Denver, Colorado, so that I could get a GoBot, which is, if you don't know what they are, that's kind of a predecessor to the Transformers, today's current Transformers that are way cooler than the GoBots were at the time. But at the time, they were awesome. Like, it was the only transforming robot that there was. And so it came through me asking over and over and over again and staying, upbeat and positive and happy about it. And, oh, here's why I should do it, and doing all my chores and doing all the things that were necessary. And finally, she says, "Okay, look, we'll go and figure out where to get one of these transforming robots." So, and there's much more to that story, especially the ride home, which it didn't turn out too well for me in the end, but that's a story for another time. So, fast forward to today, 3 keys to sales success. And this is one of those things that I believe if you can master these 3 things, and I'll tell you what they are right now. It's attitude, it's preparation, and it's consistency. These are 3 things that I've talked over and over about. You could look back at previous episodes of The Front. You could look at previous blog posts, and these are things that are at my heart, that I truly care about. So it's one of those things I wanted to kind of tie the 3 of them together today. So, and I believe as a salesperson, as a manager, if you can master managing these 3 items, then you can just see an unlimited level of potential and success for yourself in the future. So, number 1, let's talk about attitude, right? Attitude it's your approach. It's how you see things. It's your beliefs. It's reflected heavily. Attitude is reflected in how you carry yourself. It's in your behavior, right? People can quickly look at you and determine if you have a good attitude, a positive attitude, or not so much. And so it's one of those things. Attitude is derived from things like positive self-talk. How are you talking to yourself? Are you being kind? Are you talking to yourself like a champion, or are you talking to yourself like a loser? Because you can manage your own attitude. You can manage your own state just starting off with how you speak to yourself. So be kind, because when you manage that mental state, then it is transformed in your body posture, in how you're carrying yourself and how you communicate with other people. It's going to help define the actions that you take throughout the day. Your attitude, to me, is one of those places that you gotta start. That's in your core. It's like, and it's very, very easy to get on course And it's also easy to get off course when it comes to your attitude. So you got to be able to figure out what works for you and how you're talking to yourself and what you're feeding your mind and all of the things that go into your attitude. The second thing that I mentioned is preparation. How prepared are you for what's coming at you today? Preparation is really simple. It's just getting ready. It's being ready. It's a consistent state of readiness, right? It's making and taking actions that are not yet necessary so that you can be ready or be prepared for the things that the day is going to bring to you. You have to make sure you know your product. You have to make sure you know yourself. You have to make sure you know the customer that you're about to come in contact with and do business with. The more prepared you are for a situation, the more likely you are to make a sale. When we're talking about sales success, right? So it's attitude and it's preparation. The third thing is consistency. Consistency is you being willing to do the same things day in and day out over and over again so that you can produce the same or a similar result. Consistency is hugely important to success. And the thing about consistency, it takes a lot of grit and fortitude because sometimes when you're doing the same things day in and day out, it can get boring. So you got to find a way that you can keep yourself pumped up. And I'll tell you, one of those ways, by staying consistent, you'll make more sales. And when you make more sales, you have a winning attitude. When you have a winning attitude, you're willing to get prepared. You're willing to be more consistent. You see, all three of these things, as I'm talking about these three keys, attitude, preparation, and consistency, they all fuel one another when it comes to sales and sales success. Because by you having a positive attitude in your approach, you're willing to take the time to get prepared. You're willing to do those same things to remain consistent. And then when you're prepared, you know that by being prepared and by being consistent, you'll produce another sale. You'll be able to provide value to somebody else. And when you do that, again, you're back to talking to yourself like a champion. You get pumped up. That fuels your attitude. You see, there's not one thing that's more or less important when it comes to these three keys to sales success. They all work in tandem. It's like a circle. They all work together and each one fuels another. So they're all hugely important to you seeing success in your sales career. Thank you so much for investing the time. I sure appreciate you. Please, if you got something out of this episode, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you share it on your social media. Remember, I do new episodes of The Front every single Wednesday and Sunday. I sure appreciate all your time. Until we speak next, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day.